Linn Bulldogs Coach's Corner, a service of Blue Valley Technologies, the Blue Valley Insurance Agencies, Midwest Products, and Kuhlman Implement and Hardware.
Since 1935, farmers have relied on sales and service from Kuhlman Implement and Hardware in Linn. Your certified AGCO Gale, Gleaner, Husqvarna, and Massey Ferguson dealer, Kuhlman can service tractors and farm equipment as well as automotive. They'll keep you going with any job around the farm, stocking hardware, parts, electrical, and plumbing supplies, as well as custom-made chains and hydraulic hoses. Count on Kuhlman Implement and Hardware in Linn.
As a farm or ranch owner, you've invested heavily in your agribusiness, especially in your livestock. Protecting them from accidents, fires, and other natural disasters is crucial for your farm's success. At Blue Valley Insurance, we recognize the importance of your animals as assets to your livelihood. Visit our offices in Linn, Greenleaf, Hanover, or Marysville to explore comprehensive livestock insurance options tailored to your needs. Safeguard your farm's future with Blue Valley Insurance today.
In today's world, everyone is searching for answers. If cows are laying down, will it rain? Does gum really stay in your stomach for 7 years? How about Bigfoot? With so many mysteries, it's nice to have one clear answer. Fiber. Blue Valley Technologies proudly provides a robust fiber network with symmetrical speeds and unmatched reliability. And with 24/7 support, we are always here when you need us. Blue Valley Technologies Fiber Internet, because some things just shouldn't be a mystery.
From the ground up, Midwest Products Hanover can assist with concrete drives, parking, walks, entries, foundations, and support walls. Quality people help produce quality products, and you can rely on their crews for a job done right. Concrete plants at Hanover, Washington, and Clay Center. Midwest Products also haul rock, sand, and gravel. They have a crane for rent and can assist with site preparation. Start your next job with a call for a quote today from Midwest Products at Hanover.
Welcome into the Linn Bulldog Coach's Corner program, joined today with the girls basketball head coach Trevor Kuhlman. Coach, your team is off to a nice 6-1 start here early in the season. How do you feel, though, your team's, kind of hit their groove or found their rhythm here early on?
It's obviously nice. Got off to a good start here. I don't know if we've necessarily found that slower rhythm yet. There's been some times where, you see glimpses of it, but then there's been times that it hasn't been necessarily the prettiest basketball, but, the fact that we're still able to find ways to win games, even though it hadn't been pretty, has been a good thing for us. So, it's still early in the year, and hopefully we can get in January, February, and start hitting that stride and get into a little better rhythm with things.
Well, and one thing that kind of stuck out to me is defensively, I feel like your team's, playing some pretty good ball here early on, obviously holding Solomon to just 9 points a couple weeks ago. I saw you Friday night against Axtell. I felt like you did a good job handling them on that side of the ball. Are you kind of happy with where you're at here early on?
Yeah, truth be told, I think our defense is probably what's kind of kept us in games and allowed us to have some success here. Probably the offensive side of it hasn't been super pretty or a flow to it, but I feel like our defense, our girls are getting after it. They're turning people over, and, that's kind of our MO at the end of the day.
And I want to take you back to that Little River game a couple weeks ago. They're obviously a state power again this season. You guys fell in that one, but do you feel like that was a good, teaching tool, I'll word it, in this early season games?
Yeah, it's one of those games we competed really well for about 3 quarters, and then, truth be told, we just ran out of gas. Our girls played, as hard as they possibly could, and, as a coach, you always preach that, you want your kids to leave it out all on the floor and, don't walk off with anything, and truthfully, I feel our girls did that. We went into that fourth quarter down 9 to, you could make an argument, probably the best 3A and under team, so, yeah, I was very pleased with our girls. Yeah, the result was not necessarily what we wanted it to be, but I don't think it necessarily indicated how that game actually played out.
Did I want to talk about one player real quick, Bailey Peters. She's stepped up for you this season. I think we all kind of saw it last year, but I happened to see her against Axtell. And as the point guard kind of running this team, how important is that she's playing well, and then how does that feed into the other players, kind of stepping up and playing well too?
Yeah, I think it gives our kids confidence when Bailey plays well. As a point guard, we ask her to kind of be the one to get everybody where they need to go, and she kind of runs the show. Then on top of that, she's one of our main scorers, so She's played well. She hasn't probably shot the ball as well as she'd like to. It's definitely been one of her, I don't want to say worst shooting years, but, she's taken great shots. Just ball hadn't gone in for her as of late, and hopefully after break we can kind of get her going. But, we talked about defense earlier. Her defense is kind of what's been getting her going. I think she's one of the best defenders we've got, and she does a nice job on that side of the ball.
There's a lot of good point guards in the Twin Valley League this year, and I feel like she's going to make the case for one of the best. And you talked about break, obviously going into the winter moratorium here, have a chance to kind of rest, recoup, and then get a few practices in. So you talked about trying to find a rhythm offensively. Is that kind of a goal here as you get into this kind of break schedule, I guess?
Yeah, and I think it's something that we know what we're capable of and how we can play. It's just a matter of getting to that level. Our girls, some of them are kind of just frustrated. They're not playing the way they want to play, and, we've kind of preached to them, focus on the team, and then good things will come. And they're trying to trust that process right now, so just, stay in that course and keep doing what we're doing.
And before I let you go here, Trevor, as we look at kind of the upcoming schedule, you guys have your winter showcase coming up here at the end of the month, taking on some teams you might not always face before you get into Twin Valley League play. How important are these games just to find that rhythm before you do get into league play, league tournament, and then hopefully a deep postseason run?
Yeah, I think there's some importance to it. It's also kind of nice. We'll have one practice and we'll go play 2 games, so you kind of just go play and trust what you do, and that's kind of what we're looking at. Obviously, we come back to practice Monday. We're going to try to clean some things up and maybe tweak some things to help get us where we need to be. But sometimes you roll the ball out there. You got to go play.
And I think that's fun. That's one thing fun from the outside looking in, with those back-to-back games in 2 days, how does your team handle the quick turnaround like you will see in a sub-state or, a Twin Valley League tournament? So an interesting kind of mix into the schedule this season. Again, talking with Trevor Kuhlman, head coach of the Linn girls basketball team. Trevor, I appreciate your time this week. Best of luck in those games coming up next week. Merry Christmas to you and your squad, and we'll chat first of the new year.
Hey, thanks for having me. Merry Christmas.
Linn Bulldogs Coach's Corner, a service of Blue Valley Technologies, the Blue Valley Insurance Agencies, Midwest Products, and Kuhlman Implement and Hardware.